Good morning, grade 4. I hope you are all keeping well and that you're continuing to enjoy your online lessons. Now it's time for ICT, and today we are going to continue working on our class website. Remember last week we started working on our artifacts website. So today we're going to look at a few skills that we're going to use to improve on our website. So let's have a look at the skills that we're going to learn today. So remember last week we started creating our class artifact website. What did we do last week? We added our web pages. We wrote or we typed our names on our web pages so that we could know whose web page is which. And then we put a picture on the banner of our web page. The banner is the top part with your web page title. Then we wrote a short description about our web page. Now, well done to those who managed to do everything for last week. But if you did manage, don't worry. We are still going to work on this web page for around 2 more weeks. So we have a lot of time to work on our web pages. Now, today we're going to look at the following skills. We're going to look at how to add text. Now, for those of you who are not able to write a description, today you're going to write a description for your web page. The second skill we're going to look at is how to add a sub-page. Now, that sounds like a new word. What is a sub-page? A sub-page is a baby page. Now, web pages have babies. They have baby pages. So you created your web page and you're going to create a baby page for your web page. So we will each add a sub-page to put information about our artifact in. And then we will change the layout of our web page. What is layout? Layout is the way the page is arranged. You're going to see that when Ms. Borg demonstrates. And then lastly, we're going to learn how to insert an image. So we're going to insert pictures of artifacts on our web page, on our baby page. So what is your task for today? Your task for today is, 1, to write a short description for your web page. Some people already did that. Very good. Number 2, you're going to add a sub-page, what Ms. Borg calls a baby page. So we're going to add a sub-page to your web page, and you're going to change its layout. Number 3, you will add pictures or a picture of one of your artifacts on the web page, on your sub-page. And number 4, if you have time, you're going to add a description for your artifact picture. Last week, we started on our web pages, and on the screen, I have the grade 4 blue website. Now, unfortunately, I have had problems with people doing their work on the home page. Now, remember, the home page is not your page. How do you know you're on the home page? It is highlighted here, home. It's the one that looks brighter. And then it has the name of your class. Now, Ms. Borg, to try and remind you not to do anything on your home page, Ms. Borg has written this note here. It says, this is the home page. Please do not type anything here. Create your own page. So please do not do anything on the home page. It's not for you. If you're on a page and it reads your class name and it reads this this note here. Don't change the picture. Do not type here. You need to go to your name. Up here are your names. And if you can't see your name, it doesn't mean it's lost. You have to go to more. You remember how we go to our PYP website in school? If you go to more, then you see more names. So to go to your web page, you have to click your name. So Ms. Bora is going to go to her web page, the one she created last week, and I'm going to use that to demonstrate the skills we're learning today. As I said today, we're going to learn how to write a description, how to insert a text box. So I have to start by going to my web page. Yes, this is called board website. This is the home. That's why home looks bright. I have to go to my page, which is Mary Bora. So I click on Mary Bora, and then it gives me my name here. That is how I know that I am on my web page. So when I'm on my web page, the first thing I said we're going to learn today is to insert a text box. For those who already did it, well done. So how do we insert a text box? Remember, last week Ms. Bora said here we have three important tools: insert, pages, and themes. Now for our lessons this time, we're only going to be looking at insert and pages. Those will be our two main tools. So if I am on pages, remember, that's where you see the pages on your site, and that's also where you add a page. But today, I'm not adding a page, I'm not adding a web page. So I go to insert so that I can insert a text box because I want to type a description. So I click text box, and it automatically brings a text box here, so you don't have to draw anything. And you don't move this text box. You leave it where it is, and you type where it is. So I'm going to type. But before I type, I can decide to make my writing big. How do I make my writing big? I go to this arrow. Can you see where it's written normal text? If I go to the arrow, I can choose heading or subheading. I suggest you choose subheading. It is good enough. So I'm going to type this. This web page has been created by Ms. Bora. Full stop. English, please. It contains information about artifacts that we have been learning about in our class. Now you can write more, and you can write different things. You don't have to write the same information as myself. I want you to be creative. Tell us about your web page, what you use to make it, what you think about it, what it talks about. Tell us what an artifact is. The information you put on your description is up to you. So that is how we write our description. We use the text box tool. Now, when we are done, we just click somewhere on the white space and that goes away. Now, another mistake I found people using, people go to click down here. Don't go to click down here to add footer. We're not adding footers. So don't go there. That's not for us. We're only adding a text. When we have done that, our next task for today is to add a baby page on this web page. So my web page, Maryball, has a baby. The baby is called the sub page. How do we add a sub page? Now you need to be very attentive here because it is very delicate. So to add a page, I go to pages. Now remember, we are not adding a web page, so do not go to this plus. We are not using the plus. Today we're using something different. To add a baby page, the baby has to be on the back of its mother, and its mother is the web page. So the baby has to be with my web page. I have to go here to my web page. Can you see my web page? And then there are 3 dots. That is where I add the sub page from. You must see a place written add sub page. So I click the 3 dots and I can see add sub page. Can you see that? Add sub page. So I can now click and it will give me a place to type. And now it does not say new page, it says new sub page. I can now type the name of my page. Now, because my sub-page is going to contain information about artifacts, I can just give it the title, My Artifacts. So I type My Artifacts. And then I go and click Done. Now, the page has been created. It's called My Artifact. It takes the same picture as my other page. But if you look up here, you don't see it. It's not here. Where is it? It is hiding with the mother. So to see your sub page, you have to go to the mother, which is your web page. So if I go to Maryball, can you see my artifact? And now my web page has an arrow. If I click on that arrow, then I see my sub-page artifacts. And if I look here, it is not in the same line as my web page. I have 2 web pages on this side. One belongs to Jane and one belongs to me. But the babies, they sit inside a little. They don't sit on the same row as the mothers. They sit inside. So that's how you know it's a sub page. It is indented. It moves inwards. But don't worry about this one here. All you have to focus on is this part. Good. Now I have added my sub page. Now the next task that we're going to look at is how to change the layout of my sub page. We said the layout is how your page is organized, how your information will be arranged on your page. Now, to change our layout, we have to go back to Insert. So I click Insert, and then, can you see these are layouts? I want you to choose a simple layout because we don't have time to put many artifacts. So 2 artifacts is good enough. 1, if you for those who are struggling, we can put 1, but I'm going to put 2. So I click this layout that has 2 image tools, 2 boxes. When I click it, look at what happens to my artifacts page. It gives me 2 boxes where I can add an image and I can type at the bottom. So in this box, at the top using this plus sign, you can add a picture. And if you click down here, you can type. Can you see that? So if I click down there, I can type. But if I click up here, I can add a picture. So let's see. I'm going to add my first picture. I click the plus sign and it gives me a list. Where am I going to look for my picture from? I go to select image because I'm choosing my picture from the internet. I click select image. Then it opens Google. Now, I don't have a picture in Google Drive. I want a picture from the internet, so I go to Google Images. So I click Google Images, and then I now have Google. Now I can type in the search box up there an image that I want. Maybe I want the conjure. So I will type I hope I am typing it properly. Conjure, and it gives me Conjure Oman. So I just go and I press enter, and I see many conjures. Can you see that? Let me see the one I like. This one is the one I like. So I click on it, and then it gives me insert. I click insert. Now the conjure comes in the box. But it's so big. You don't have to worry that it's so big. Just leave it the way it is for today. Next lesson, we're going to learn how to make the picture small. I know you know how to, but it can be a little tricky. If you want to try, you can try, but I don't want us to start panicking when the picture starts flying about. So after you put your picture, don't worry if it's big. We will sort that out in our next lesson. Go and click to add text to start typing about the conjure. So I can write the conjure is an Omani artifact. Now I need you to tell me about your artifact. You have been learning about artifacts with your teachers, and I know you have learned a lot. So choose your artifacts, put a picture, don't resize the picture in case it starts flying about. Next week, we will spend time resizing the pictures. So you put your picture and you write a description about your picture.